First thing I have to do, these guys got quite a racket going. They've got a little iPad there, they tap on it and they get music. No work involved at all. It's a real rip-off. I bring these records from home, I gotta clean them, I gotta play them for you. First I gotta change the input here, which I'm not familiar with this piece. I know I'm a reviewer, I'm supposed to know everything, but I don't. So I gotta change the input to turntables. I did. That's mono. Okay. So, my name is Michael Fremer, Senior Contributing Editor at Stereophile. Senior just means I've been there a long time and I'm old. And I'm the editor of Analog Planet, which is a website that you can visit. And so the problem with vinyl today is it's becoming so popular that a lot of companies are coming along and trying to release the same records. And some of them are good and some of them are really terrible. And so I try to separate the good from the bad on my website and tell you which is which. So I brought a couple of examples. So this is an original copy of Nina Simone's first album on Bethlehem. It's a wonderful record. I picked it up from a widow at a garage sale. I didn't tell her it was worth anything. It sounds bad. No, actually, she didn't want to get rid of it, but and she didn't have a turntable. So I said, I'll make a copy of it for you on a really good system and give you the CD and you'll sell me the record for $10. She said yes, so that was good. So that's an original. We're going to play that. And then I'm going to play you this reissue that came out from Pure Pleasure in the UK. They couldn't get the rights to the cover. For some reason, I don't know what happened. They got the back cover, not the front cover, and we'll play that one. And then at this time, I'll play a little bit of this reissue that was done by Analog Productions, by Chad Casso's label, from the original master tape. This is the stereo version, and he does nice jacket work and really tries to give you something that you might want to have and treasure. So first we'll play the original mono, and mono is good. Doesn't matter, we're audiophiles, we don't play whole records, we play parts of records. And okay, so that's that one. And now, while I put this away and change records, you know, Nina Simone's story, as you can hear from that, she was classically trained. She came up to New York to go to Juilliard. She couldn't get in because of racial discrimination, which was terrible. And so she began playing in small clubs in Atlantic City, which is also terrible, but for a different reason. And she got discovered by the guy that owned Bethlehem Records, and he signed her, and that's how this record came out. So this reissue is cut from We Don't Know What at Air Studios by Ray Staff, who's a great mastering engineer who cut all the original David Bowie albums, and he's a veteran mastering engineer. And this is what they gave us. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. If you like that better, I suggest you get a Bose Wave radio and don't buy any of this stuff. I know they're not happy to hear that, but that's my opinion. That should have sounded bright and harsh and clanky to you, and the drums should have sounded pretty nasty and her voice compressed. So we do have a minute left, right? So I can play the final one.
What if you really like brushes?
Yeah, if you like brushes that sound like they're being played on a tin can, that's fantastic. So this is the one that Chad released from the stereo master tape. And again, in this early recording, it really wasn't meant to be in stereo. It was really recorded with the voice on one side and the musicians on the other side, so they could get a good mono mix and not worry about the levels. But nonetheless, as for which sounds more like what the tape is supposed to sound like between the three, this will give you an idea.
big differences.
Big differences. That one, I think, sounds the best in terms of tonality. The original sounds not quite as good, and the second one was just compressed and processed, and they added, I think they added reverb to it, and they brightened it and hardened it, and I don't know why they do things like that. Anyway, that's the comparison, that's the difference, so thank you all for coming, and that's why before you buy any records, you should go to my website and see what I say about it, 'cause I'm very high in my own opinion. Thank you.